ACTV is proud to be associated with Go Global Realty.
Hello everyone, I'm Shannon Yang for another week of Asian news from the ACTV studios in the entertainment capital of the world to your home and anywhere on your device. Visit actvus.com to enjoy live streaming of ACTV's programs, especially Asian news, anytime and anywhere in the world. You can also download the ACTV app from your smartphone, Roku, and Kodi devices to watch live and video on demand shows on your phone and share anything to all of your friends globally. ACTV is also available on the WCTV app worldwide. Visit actvus.com to get the links, or simply go to Facebook and YouTube and search for Asian Culture TV. Yes, we are making it easy for you to access Asian news and other ACTV programs locally and globally. Here are this week's stories. President Trump on Monday expressed support for Asian Americans after repeatedly referring to the coronavirus as a Chinese virus, despite critiques who says the term is racist and fosters discrimination. It is very important that we totally protect our Asian American community in the United States and all around the world, Trump tweeted on Monday. They are amazing people, and the spreading of the virus is not their fault in any way, shape, or form. They are working closely with us to get rid of it. We will prevail together. Trump's call to protect these Americans comes less than a week after he defended his use of the terms China virus and Chinese virus to describe COVID-19, which originated in Wuhan, China. After consulting with medical experts and receiving guidance from the World Health Organization, CNN has determined that the name is both inaccurate and is considered stigmatizing. On Friday, Trump said he greatly respected China and President Xi, but added it was unfortunate the coronavirus began in China and got out of control. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Beijing's delay in sharing information about the virus has created risks for people worldwide. At the same time, Trump and his administration have angrily rejected attempts by some Chinese officials to blame the virus on the U.S. military. The dispute is just the latest irritant in relations between the world's two largest economies already strained by issues ranging from trade to press freedom. Speaking to Axios and HBO over the weekend, China's ambassador to Washington appeared to distance himself from a foreign ministry spokesman who blamed the U.S. military for the virus, saying its origin was for scientists to determine, not diplomats. Cui Tiankai said the United States and China needed to work together to combat the virus, and he hoped people would follow World Health Organization rules and avoid creating a stigma by linking the virus to a particular location. As companies around the country and world suffer from the effects of the deadly novel coronavirus, some businesses are stepping up to help alleviate some of the economic fallout. Here's a list of some of their efforts so far. Yahoo Finance will continue to update the list as more companies contribute to the relief effort, so go to Yahoo Finance to find out more information. Alaska Airlines, Amazon, Microsoft, and the Starbucks Foundation, this group of mostly Seattle-based companies, has committed more than $2.5 million to the city's COVID-19 response fund. COVID-19 represents a battle on two fronts, a public health crisis and a threat to the economic stability of many of us in the region, said Seattle Foundation President and CEO Tony Mestris in a statement highlighting the donation efforts. While we are all dealing with the effects of this outbreak, some of our neighbors face disproportionate challenges around time of work, the cost of care, and reliable access to information. Amazon, which has hired an additional 100,000 warehouse and delivery workers amid a surge of online shopping, said it will invest over $350 million globally to increase pay by $2 per hour in their local currency in US, Canada, UK, and many EU countries for employees and partners who are in fulfillment centers, transportation operations, stores, or those making deliveries, so that others can remain at home, according to a company statement. Apple CEO Tim Cook announced on Twitter that the company is making a substantial donation, including medical supplies, to Italy to help the heroic first responders, medical personnel, and volunteers. Social media and tech company Facebook is matching $20 million in donations to support the COVID-19 relief efforts. The company is also establishing a $100 million grant program to help small businesses around the world impacted by the coronavirus, according to a statement sent out by COO Sheryl Sandberg. We've listened to small businesses to understand how we can best help them. We've heard loud and clear that financial support could enable them to keep the lights on and pay people who can't come to work, Sandberg said. That's why today I'm announcing that Facebook is investing $100 million to help 30,000 small businesses in over 30 countries where our employees live and work. The company has also donated this emergency reserve of 720,000 face masks it had leftovers from the California wildfire relief efforts. Tech giant Google has established a COVID-19 fund. For every $1 you donate by April the 30th, 2020, Google.org will donate $2 up to $5 million to support global preparedness and response in communities affected by the spread of COVID-19. 100% of your donation goes to the United Nations Foundation in support of WHO's Global COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund, said Google's company website. Netflix has established a $100 million fund to assist film and television production workers that have been shut down due to global COVID-19 outbreak, as reported by Reuters. Oregon-based Nike has committed more than $15 million to COVID-19 response efforts. The funds will be donated by a combination of current and former Nike executives. The executive management team at Nike are personally donating a combined $10 million to the following: $1 million to the Oregon Food Bank, $2 million to the Oregon Community Recovery Fund created by the Oregon Community Foundation, and $7 million to Oregon Health and Science University to improve statewide care coordination in Oregon, increase patient access, and ramp up operational readiness for expanded diagnosed testing for COVID-19. A statement released by the company said the Nike Foundation are also donating $1 million to the United Nations Foundation and Swiss Philanthropy Foundation's Global COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. The fund will support efforts by the World Health Organization and its partners. Walmart and its Walmart Foundation have committed $25 million to the COVID-19 response effort. $5 million will go to helping countries prevent, detect, and manage the coronavirus. $10 million will support food banks, school meal programs, and organizations that provide access to food for underserved populations. And $10 million will support efforts in local communities, said a company statement. The list goes on and on. Now this is a true way to show compassion and human kindness. Governor Steve Sisolak's directive this week ordering all restaurants in the state to shutter their dine-in facilities in an effort to stem the spread of the novel coronavirus has promoted more Southern Nevada restaurants to begin takeout and delivery services, which are allowed. Under the governance guidance, if you're ever in the mood of some good and authentic Thai food, here is a restaurant that's really worth stopping by. This is the place that offers one of the most authentic Thai food in town. Nataya Pariwan is the owner and chef of this intimate, lovely Thai restaurant. After 8 years, her secret kitchen isn't much of a secret anymore to many Las Vegans. That's because her family recipes are openly discussed by all who dine with Nataya. Specialties including crying tiger steak with Thai hot sauce, garlic basil lamb chop, Southern Thai Cornish game hang, Northern Thai curry noodles, spicy catfish in panang sauce, and seafood madness with mussels, shrimp, scallops, clams, and chili oil. Vegetarian dishes are eggplant with basil, tofu pad thai, tofu masamang curry, which including potatoes, onions, and peanuts, and rainforest fried rice with eggs, broccoli, cabbage, carrots, and mushrooms. There are curry entrees, soups including lemongrass, coconut, and salads such as citrus steak, papaya, chicken ginger, and calamari lemongrass. Rice dishes with or without eggs including garlic fried rice, Bangkok fried rice, crab meat fried, and emerald fried with chicken, peppers, basil, and green curry. The tapas menu, the best. It has lettuce wraps, Sienna egg rolls, 5-spice barbecue ribs, volcano shrimp, vegetable pot sticker, curry puff, fried tofu, mango shrimp wrapped in bacon, cilantro steak skewers, chili lime squid, and the house favorite, tempura-style spinach salad. Secret Kitchen entrees begin at about $16 and tapas menu starts at about $7, and they will now offer curbside pickup and free delivery within 5 miles with a minimum order of $65. Doesn't that make you hungry already? Asian News, the anchor program of ACTV, reaches out to all the Asian nations represented in our community that they be part of our culture and social revolution. Please email us at community@actvlv.com or call 702-979-1388 for more information. Don't go.
This segment was brought to you by Asian Cultural Alliance.
Hello, this is Keith Evans at the Lion Habitat Ranch. We'd like you to come out and visit our ranch. There's 38 lions, a giraffe that paints, ostriches, emus, and birds. We do school tours, general admission, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and behind-the-scenes tours every day of the week. Besides coming in as general admission, you can also pay extra to help our animals, and you can feed the giraffe. You can feed one of the lions, or you can have Ozzy paint a custom canvas for you. You can also buy Ozzy paintings in the gift shop. While we do our demonstrations at 12 and 2 of Ozzy painting, all those canvases are available for purchase. In addition to everything you can do here in person, you can find us on the website, lionhabitatranch.org, where you can make your reservations online or buy your paintings online. Thank you very much. Please come.
This segment is brought to you by Asian Cultural Alliance.
The Small Business Administration has created a disaster loan program for your small business that has been shut down or your operations have been greatly reduced due to the impact of the coronavirus. If your business has been affected by the governor's 30-day shutdown of non-essential businesses or the closing of the casinos or the vast reduction in tourism, the SBA can provide loan funds to support you and your business until the economic recovery takes place. We are here to help all small businesses in the state of Nevada, but especially in the city of Las Vegas and Clark County. If you own a restaurant, a dry cleaner, a hair salon, massage studio, exercise gym, manufacturing plant, or professional business, you can be eligible for an SBA disaster loan. The SBA disaster loan can be as large as $2 million with a loan term up to 30 years. The amount of the loan depends totally on the needs of the business during the term of this crisis and can be based on whatever the business expects to happen over the next 12 months. The costs for these loans are very affordable at a fixed rate of 3.75% for for-profit businesses and a fixed rate of 2.75% for nonprofit businesses. If you need funding for your business and want to apply for an SBA economic disaster loan, your first option is to go online. Go to sba.gov/disaster and complete your disaster loan application. If you have any questions about this process whatsoever, call the SBA Nevada District Office at 702-388-6611. I'm Joseph Amato, District Director for the Nevada SBA. Thank you very much.
This segment was brought to you by Asian Cultural Alliance.
Hello, this is Keith Evans at the Lion Habitat Ranch. We'd like you to come out and visit our ranch. There's 38 lions, a giraffe that paints, ostriches, emus, and birds. We do school tours, general admission, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and behind-the-scenes tours every day of the week. Besides coming in as general admission, you can also pay extra to help our animals, and you can feed the giraffe. You can feed one of the lions, or you can have Ozzy paint a custom canvas for you. You can also buy Ozzy paintings in the gift shop. While we do our demonstrations at 12 and 2 of Ozzy painting, all those canvases are available for purchase. In addition to everything you can do here in person, you can find us on the website, lionhabitatranch.org, where you can make your reservations online or buy your paintings online. Thank you very much. Please come.
This segment is brought to you by Asian Cultural Alliance.
Hello, this is Jenny Lin Yalang. This week, I am proud to have Mr. Joseph Amato, the Director of Business Administration in Nevada, who joined us today to talk about U.S. Small Business Administration Economic Injury Disaster Loan for our business owners here in Las Vegas. SBA Small Business Administration is a federal government agency across the United States of America. Mr. Amato, who represents the Clark County, Las Vegas. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here.
Mr. Amato, can you tell us a little bit about what is going on as far as programs available and help is available to our business here in Las Vegas?
Yes, basically the Small Business Administration, as you said, is a federal agency. My responsibility is the state of Nevada. There are 3 distinct federal programs right now that are here to support small businesses. One is called the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. There's a second program called the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program Plus. And then there's the Paycheck Protection Program, which was just passed by Congress on Friday and signed by the President on Friday.
Wow, that's awesome. So the program basically can start on Friday. A small business can start applying on Friday, or can we start right away?
Okay, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, or EIDL, as it's called, started about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So that is a program that will afford a small business, a for-profit small business under 500 employees, up to $2 million to support their business operation during this interim period, during this time period where there is an economic crisis. For all intents and purposes, that program is here to basically support if a business owes money for loans or mortgages or rents or leases, if they have operating expenses, insurance payments, dues, subscriptions, utility payments they have to make, and they are basically suffering an economic loss, or in some cases not in business at all right now because of the shutdown of the resorts and the 30-day shutdown by the governor. They're basically, the SBA is here to provide them money on an interim basis. They can provide up to $2 million per business. The business is loaned out on a 30-year amortization or 30-year term, so very similar to a mortgage, and it has a 3.75% interest rate. So even at the maximum amount with that 30-year term with no prepayment penalties, it can put a business in a very good position in the interim phase. And while they're waiting for recovery, once recovery happens, it's going to be, they try to make it so that they're very affordable payments.
So I know the next question that the audience is going to have for you is, how do I qualify and where do I apply?
Well, for the EIDL loan or EIDL Plus, basically the first couple of weeks there was a very sort of extensive application process. Could it take a business between 4 hours to 10 hours to complete?
Wow.
Over the weekend, they completely streamlined everything, and now it's a 10 to 15 minute process. All you have to do is put in your business information, your personal information as an owner or owners, how much gross sales that you made in the previous year, 2019, cost of goods sold, and from there they sort of calculate a loan amount that they're going to
Right.
offer to you. It's a very quick process. Normally, the application process is whittled down to like 10 to 15 minutes. The application and approval process is about 2 weeks
Right.
for the EIDL program or the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program.
Wow, sounds like that SBA is on top of that program. So the next question is, how small or how big the business can be to apply or qualify for this program?
You can be a sole proprietor. You
Okay.
can be an LLC, a
Wow.
corporation, S or C corporation. As long as you're a for-profit business on one hand or one vertical, for-profit business with less than 500 employees. But during an economic disaster, which is the first time the country has ever faced this,
Right.
SBA has always been a leader in disaster support. They're the lead agency with FEMA in most disaster recovery and disaster report. But normally it's a natural disaster like a hurricane or a
Right.
tornado or a flood. This is the first time the country's ever
Face
faced
this, yes.
an economic disaster, akin to like what happened in the stock market crashes
Right.
of many years. So what we try to do is basically pump money into the economy that's
Right.
issued by Congress, and in this case, the EIDL program or the EIDL Plus program, which has been in effect for 2 weeks. The EIDL program, the EIDL Plus that just started this week, basically is trying to put money into the hands of anyone, from the sole proprietor, and even in the case of an independent contractor.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear.
So even if you're an independent contractor working for a company, whether you're a hair tech or you're a waiter, waiters are independent contractors
Wow.
sometimes, you have so many different situations, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, and most of them are independent contractors. You can apply for the loan under the EIDL Plus project. At the end of the application, it asks if you want a $10,000 advance, which you'll get within 72 hours. That can make the difference between putting food on a table for a lot of these independent
Yes.
contractors. And then you follow the whole process, and you can get anywhere up to $2 million. Now, most independent contractors won't need that much.
Right.
But a $25,000 or $50,000
Right.
loan with a 30-year AM can make the whole difference for them in hopefully the short period before we
Right.
start recovering.
Let me make this clear. This is a loan program, so it's not a free program, correct?
No,
This is a loan payback.
The EIDL program is a loan payback
Yes.
program. Now, the other program that I mentioned, the Paycheck Protection Program, or what we call Triple P, has the possibility of being a grant or a gift.
Okay.
Now, the way that works, its focus is primarily on payroll, although you can do some other things as well as payroll, but it really focuses on payroll. And what it's trying to do is re-energize employers bringing back their employees.
Okay.
So you may have a situation where you have 100 employees or 25 employees that your business is shut down, and right now they're all on unemployment. Well, this program will allow a business to look at what their monthly average payroll is over a period of time last year.
Right,
It's
okay.
basically from February to June last year.
Right.
So say their average payroll is $200,000 a month.
Okay.
And then they had 25 employees. And they're either shuttered, or they're completely closed, or they're basically partially operating. And some businesses are still fully operating that are considered essential. What you can do with that, you go to where the EIDL program is specifically through the SBA on our website, sba.gov/disaster.
Okay.
The PPP program, or the Paycheck Protection Program, is through your area lenders. So the lenders will be overseeing and basically reviewing your application for PPP participation.
Okay.
And in the situation where I said if you have a $100,000 average monthly salary, they'll afford you up to 2.5 times that monthly salary, in this case $250,000. And then your 25 employees, what you have to do is once you close that loan with your lender, you have to guarantee, in order to get full forgiveness, that your employees will be, those 25 employees will be there from week 1 to week 8. And if they are, then that $250,000 becomes a grant.
Let me get back to the second program. It's called the EIDL program, and I'm sure that the audience are interested to know specifically. It is a free program that you can apply for, but the requirement for that program is you have to maintain certain number of employees in the business, correct? Can you make that real short and clear for the audience to understand that they have to maintain so many business, and what are the qualifications so that they kind of know if they fit into that free program?
Okay, the free program is the Paycheck Protection
Paycheck
Program.
Protection,
It's the
okay,
Triple
I got
P,
it.
not
Yes,
the EIDL.
yes.
So what happens is if you have a situation where your business has a certain monthly payroll. And you basically go to your lender, you fill out a 2-page application that says my payroll on average per month is $100,000. You basically can get 2.5 times that $100,000 average to maintain your employees, to bring back your employees and maintain them for the next 8 weeks. The whole idea is within 8 weeks, everyone is believing that the recovery will begin. As the recovery begins, then regular revenues will take the place of what the government grant would be. If you keep those employees at that same level as you had last year, in this case we said 25 employees, at the end of the 8th week, you'll certify it to the lender, and the lender will petition the SBA, and that $250,000 will no longer be a loan, it'll be a grant.
That is just so awesome that during this pandemic that we as Americans can receive these funds, these grants, these loans, whatever that we fit into this Small Business Administration across America. Please contact Mr. Joseph Amato by going through the website like he has mentioned earlier. And thank you, Mr. Amato, for being here and to help us give us these information.
If I can give some additional contact information. If anyone has questions, they can contact our office, the SBA office, at 702-388-6611. That's 702-388-6611. I have staff standing on by 10 hours a day to answer your questions. If you have direct questions, if you want to ask questions directly of me, you can contact me at my email address at joseph.amato, that's AMATO, at sba.gov. I'm here basically and try to get I usually get about 200 emails, 250 emails a day.
Wow.
I try to get back to every one of them, either by email or phone call, and basically try to help them as best I can.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amato, for this information. And it is my honor to have you here for this interview, and thank you for taking your time to be here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching Vietnam TV on Asian News. If you have any events you wish to share with our local and global audience, please contact our producer, Pam Fung, at 702-461-4263. I am Lee Nya Lang at your service.
This segment was brought to you by Asian Cultural Alliance, This segment is brought to you by Asian Cultural Alliance,
Hello, Sawadika. I am your host Santana Foster with Thai MTV for Asian News. We are aware of current situation with the health crisis caused by coronavirus. The government shut down of non-essential businesses for at least 30 days. So many of them small businesses is causing financial disaster to most of these companies. How will these companies survive with any support from the government? Here today in our studio is Mr. Joseph Amato, the Director of Small Business Administration of Nevada. Welcome, Joe. Sawadika.
Pleasure being here.
Good to have you here. So would you please tell us a little bit about yourself and your relationship with the Small Business Assistant?
Okay, well, I'm the District Director for the Small Business Administration for the state of Nevada. I am part of a federal agency, the Small Business Administration, that covers small business support nationally. So I'm here today basically to provide information about the Small Business Administration and what they're doing, empowered by Congress, to support small business through a varied amount of programs that are out there for disaster loan relief.
That is so wonderful. This time to do this struggle and crisis, we do need you the most. The community needs you here. The Thai community in Las Vegas consists of largely small business of restaurant owners, food vendors, massage parlor, nails and hair salons, spas, clothing, shoe, jewelry, and among others. My first question to you is, do you have a program that will consist of those assistants?
Yes, we have actually 3 programs, 2 that have been intact
basically for 2 weeks, and the other that has come online on Friday. The Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, which started 2 weeks ago, is basically there to support small businesses with up to loans of $2 million. They have a 30-year term and a 3.75% interest rate. They're supposed to be helping businesses with their rent payments, their mortgage payments, their loan payments, their lease payments, utility payments, insurance payments, anything that they can't defer or abate that are part of their operation. And whether they're operational now, fully operational, partially operational, or completely shut down because they're deemed non-essential businesses, the SBA is standing by with these businesses after they apply through sba.gov/disaster. They're providing these funds to basically help these businesses go through this difficult process. There's a second program called the EIDL Plus program, or Economic Injury Development Loan Program Plus, which allows them sort of change the dynamics. The first week, it was a very long, tedious process for the small business, almost 4 or 5 hours for them to apply. The new process, which started this weekend, their application is done in 10 to 15 minutes, and also allows them through the EIDL Plus program to basically secure a $10,000 advance on whatever loan proceeds they get, so that it immediately goes into their business within 72 hours to help them with some immediate costs while they're waiting for the 2 or 3 week process for the EIDL loan, or the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, for their product to be completed. So those are the two that started about 2 weeks ago. The EIDL Plus started this weekend. And then we have the Paycheck Protection Program, which was initiated by Congress and approved on Friday, and then subsequently signed by the President. And that basically is where the EIDL program is administered by the SBA through their online program. The Paycheck Protection Program basically is administered by area banks, and that I can get into a little further later.
Oh, okay, okay. How long do owner have to be in business?
It's ideal for the business to be in existence for a year at minimum, but we have made some exceptions already with businesses that may have started in the summer and have been really strong and robust up until when the economic crisis started. So it's not exclusive to just businesses a year or older. There are some exceptions for a year or longer.
Okay, okay, that's a good news. Do the business owner have to have an employees?
Not exactly. You can basically, any business or any for-profit business, and in some cases during disaster, nonprofit businesses that are 501c3s.
Okay.
A business can be a proprietorship, it can be an LLC, a corporation, an S Corp, C Corp. It can also be an independent contractor. I've talked to many people that are Uber drivers and Lyft drivers that work in hair salons, that basically have independent contract relationships. They individually can apply on sba.gov/disaster for an individual disaster loan, even though they're a small business, have no employees, that they're working on their own.
Oh, okay, okay. Also, are the home-based business eligible to apply?
As long as they are for-profit business and not considered a hobby,
Okay.
they would be eligible to apply. So hobbies are not eligible, but if you have a business, say you make wax candles at home and you sell them online, you sell them at Amazon, you sell them at craft fairs, so on and so forth, as long as it is a business which you're trying to make a profit, then you'd be eligible.
Okay. What about the landlord and homeowners?
Now, this is not a program for them.
Okay.
So a landlord or an investor cannot basically ask for disaster assistance under the SBA program.
Okay.
But what they do, and what I've done, is we've reached out to landlords who have come to us and said, listen, we have a problem with people paying the rent because their businesses are shut down. We basically will reach out to the businesses that are the tenants and say, you're eligible for SBA loan disaster assistance, and by getting those funds, you'd be able to basically pay your bills.
Oh, okay, okay. That's still pretty helpful. My next question for you is, how can the business owner use the money?
As I said earlier, in the EIDL program, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, they can use it to pay rent, they can use it to pay their leases that they can't get deferred or abated, they can use it to pay loans or notes that they owe to third parties. They can use it to support the operation, whether it's making insurance payments, paying dues and subscriptions, paying utilities. As revenue is either depleted or minimized, these loan funds will basically help support them. And in some cases, because the new PPP program or Paycheck Protection Program focuses on payroll, still under the EIDL program, they can still get payroll support as well.
Oh, okay. Can the business owner use the money to pay consolidate debt?
No, there's no debt consolidation in either the EIDL or the PPP program.
Okay.
At this point. The money should be used for operations, support operation, and ongoing operations only, not to pay off debt or they can pay debt payments, but they can't use it to pay off or refinance debt.
Okay, thank you so much for make that very clear. Is there a credit score required?
There is a minimum credit score. It is not a posted credit score, but the whole mentality of this loan support system, of the SBA support system, is to basically provide as much as 100% of the applicant's funds. So the credit score is pretty low from what I've been told, and that a good majority, if not all, applicants should qualify.
Oh, okay, okay. Will the business credit be checked?
There's some standard things that go on, but from what I'm understanding, because when the SBA basically processes the application under the auto program, it's a very quick process what they try to do internally. So I believe the business credit will be checked, but it is not an indicator of whether or not the loan is done.
Oh, okay. So my next question is, what credit problem would be disqualified for the business owner?
There's no real specific credit problem. I know the only sort of disqualifier that I'm aware of is if a business owner has not made child support payments or is in arrears in child support payments, and it's going through the court system. Okay. I think that is the only major disqualifier that I know of. There's nothing else that comes to mind right now that would be a credit disqualifier.
Oh, okay, okay. My next question is, how long does it take to get funding?
Under the EIDL program, they're trying to get, if you take out the $10,000 advance, they're usually trying to get that to you within 72 hours. The rest of the process, they're hoping is going to be done within 10 days to 2 weeks.
Oh, wow, that's really nice for, because right now everybody's struggling. So that's really nice to know. And my last question is, how can the business owner apply for it?
Well, if they're applying for the EIDL loan program, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, they go on sba.gov/disaster, and they fill out basically a 5-page application that takes about 15 minutes. If they're going into the Paycheck Protection Program, they have to basically contact their area bank, who they do banking with, or they can go on the sba.gov/disaster website, and they can put in their zip code, and it will tell them what banks are participating in the program. Once they get involved in the Paycheck Protection Program, they're basically afforded the opportunity to bring back their employees or keep their employees that they've employed through the economic crisis. It's based on the average payroll amount, gross payroll amount, that they paid out a year ago through February through June, whatever that average monthly payroll is, and say, for example, it's $100,000.
Okay.
And then they also evaluate how many employees they had employed a year ago when we're at full employment. So say that's 25 employees. They'll present to the bank what their average monthly payroll was, all their total cost of payroll, and their 25 employees. And if they maintain, and they're allotted by the bank 2.5 times that $100,000, which in this case would be $250,000.
Okay.
They're given the $250,000, and from the day they close the loan, for an 8-week period, they have to maintain those 25 employees that equal the employees from last year. If they do that, then the actual loan that's given them, the $250,000, becomes a grant, and it becomes a gift to the business and a non-taxable event as well. So in order to sort of promote, or agency promote reemployment in anticipation of a hopeful recovery in 2-3 months from now, they're basically affording this 2.5 times average payroll to keep those employees on staff, fully on staff, equal to last year's numbers for the 8 weeks.
Oh, okay. That would be very, very helpful. Thank you so much for all this valuable information that you share with us. This information will be very helpful, extremely helpful to the business owner. So thank you so much, and I know this is the most busiest time for you, and We greatly appreciate your time and your information, and we hope to talk to you again.
If your viewers have any questions, they can contact the website at sba.gov/disaster. They can also call my offices where we have people on staff 10 hours a day, basically at 702-388-6611. That's 702-388-6611. There's people on staff that are answering questions if you have them. And if any of your viewers want to ask me questions directly, they can contact me at joseph.amato, A-M-A-T-O, at sba.gov. That's joseph.amato, A-M-A-T-O, at sba.gov. With those three options, if they're on the website as well, there's an 800 number if they want to call that as well. But we need to get the information out there so small businesses in your community and all communities know that these funds are available, the support's available, so the SBA is of good service.
Yes, you know what, we all need to know through this crisis that there is hope somewhere, there's a help somewhere. So we greatly appreciate you, and please stay well and stay safe and stay well. Thank you. Just a friendly reminder, please stay home to save your own lives and others. Thank you for watching Thai MTV. Again, I am your host, Santana Foster.
This segment was brought to you by Asian Cultural Alliance, This segment is brought to you by Asian Cultural Alliance,
Welcome back to Asian News. ACTV, the new mainstream network, is expanding its current mainstream programming. While ACTV carries a natural viewership base of Asian Americans and global Asians, ACTV is headquartered in Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world, which is undeniably a global brand. There has been a growing interest from mainstream viewers, content providers, sponsors, and advertisers who understand how big the Asian population is locally and globally. ACTV produces and assembles TV programs weekly, including Asian news in English and Chinese versions, original Asian and mainstream content. To learn more about these programs and have a sneak preview of all upcoming programs, visit actvus.com. And if you wish to become a proud sponsor of any of the programs or simply want to advertise your business in the channel, please call 702-979-1388. Stay safe and entertained during this craziness, and this is the best time to get in shape, whipping out your workout clothes and start a simple workout routine at home, and you will be a new you when you see your coworker, friends after a few weeks. Think about how good that's going to feel and what you're waiting for. I'm Shannon Yang. Till next time.
Gentleman number 2, gentleman number 3. Sir, the internet is down. Oh, no, not again.
No, where's our backup internet?
Look! Our backup internet saved the day. Thanks, LV.net.
Remember, the best place for backup internet is LV.net.
Be your office's superhero and secure your business with backup internet today. Call LV.net at 702-9000.
Hello, this is Keith Evans at the Lion Habitat Ranch. We'd like you to come out and visit our ranch. There's 38 lions, a giraffe that paints, ostriches, emus, and birds. We do school tours, general admission, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and behind-the-scenes tours every day of the week. Besides coming in as general admission, you can also pay extra to help our animals, and you can feed the giraffe. You can feed one of the lions, or you can have Ozzy paint a custom canvas for you. You can also buy Aussie paintings in the gift shop. While we do our demonstrations at 12 and 2 of Aussie painting, all those canvases are available for purchase. In addition to everything you can do here in person, you can find us on the website, lionhabitatranch.org, where you can make your reservations online or buy your paintings online. Thank you very much. Please come.
This has been a presentation of VATV.